Alright, so let's talk about finding the area and perimeter of a parallelogram. So what exactly is a parallelogram? So it's a quadrilateral, it has four sides. And then, okay, out of these four sides, we have two pairs of parallel sides. So it means this side and this side, they are parallel to each other, while this side and this side, they are parallel to each other. So you can say the opposite sides of a parallelogram are equal. Sorry, are are parallel to each other. Okay, so the opposite sides of a parallelogram are parallel to each other and equal actually. Okay, so let's continue. Now, so how do we find the area of this parallelogram? So let's identify this. So you can put this as A and B. So this B, we also call it the base. So this is the base of the parallelogram. And this is the other side. We can just call it the side. And then we also have the height around here. Your H should be the height of the parallelogram. So three parameters for when it comes to finding the area and perimeter. We have the base, okay, base, the height, also, and the other side. We can just say A, other side. So how do we find the area of a parallelogram? It's very simple. So the area will be base times height. So we're going to ignore the side first, just the base and the height. We can just say B times H, right? And then for the perimeter of a parallelogram, P will be equal to 2 bracket A plus B. We can say 2A plus 2B. So to find the perimeter of the parallelogram, so we add the adjacent sides, so that's A and B, then we multiply it by 2. So that's very simple. Okay, that's how we get the area and the perimeter of a parallelogram. So let's try some questions now. So find the area and perimeter of parallelogram below. This one, so we have 6 and 7. Let's bring out our parameters. Our base is 6 centimeters. Our height, h, is also 6 centimeter. And on the other side, we can just say a is 7 centimeter. So what's our area? Area will be base times height, which is 6 times 6, or 6 centimeter times 6 centimeters. That will be 36 centimeters squared. So the area of this parallelogram is 36 centimeters squared, and the perimeter will be 2a plus b. That will be 2. 6 plus 7, okay, that's 2 times 13. That will be 26 centimeters. Right, so the area of this parallelogram is 36 centimeters, while the perimeter of this parallelogram is 26 centimeters. Okay, so we have this already. And then let's also solve for this one, this parallelogram here. Again, so we extract our parameters. Our base is 7.5 cm. Our height, this one here, is 8 cm, and the other side is 9 cm. And always remember that the base is perpendicular to the height. Okay, the base of a parallelogram is always perpendicular to its height, hence you can see there's 90 degrees. So the base of a parallelogram is always perpendicular to its height, so it's also good to remember that. So what's our area? Area will be b times h. Our base is 7.5 times the h, 8. Okay, so 7.5 times 8 should give us 60. So we have 60, what's the unit? Cm squared. Then for the perimeter, let's say E is equal to 2A plus B. So that will be 2. What's our A? That's 9 plus 7.5. That will be 2 times 9 plus 7.5. That's 16.5. All right, so 2 times 16.5 will be 33. So our answer will be 33 centimeters. So the area of this parallelogram is 60 centimeters squared, and the perimeter of this parallelogram is 33 centimeters. So just so this side and this side are parallel. So if this is 9, this is also 9. This is also 7.5. So parallel, parallel. And what else? What else? Yeah, so this is your height and everything. All right, so let's go to more questions. Now, the area of a parallelogram is 90 meters squared. If the height is 6 meters and the side is 10 meters, find the base. Okay, find the base. So we can visualize it like this. Just gonna draw a random parallelogram. So the area is 90 meters squared. The height, you can see the height, and we can just draw a straight line here. Remember the height is perpendicular to the base, which is, so the height is 6. The side, okay, no, not the base, not just the side. So let's say here, 10. Now find the base. So if we know that from the area is base times height, and we already have our height, we already have our area. So we're looking for the base. So we can make B here the subject of the formula. So A is equal to B times H. Then we can divide both sides by H. Okay, so it means that B will be equal to A over H. So that's it. So our base will just be equal to area divided by height. So what's our area? We have 90 meters squared over the height, 6 meters. So 90 divided by 6 is 15. Okay, m squared divided by m, that's m, so that will be 15 meters. So the height of this parallelogram is 15 meters. And then calculate the perimeter of the parallelogram. So we have our base now, which is 15, and the other side, which is 10. So P will be 2 bracket A plus B. That will be 2. 10 plus 15. That will be 2 times 10 plus 15. That's 25. So it means our area will be 50 meters. So the perimeter, sorry, it means the perimeter will be 50 meters, while the area is 90 meters squared. The base is 15 meters. So that's how you can calculate the area and perimeter of a parallelogram. Now we have other ways to calculate the area. Now find the area of a parallelogram whose diagonals are 6 centimeters and 7 centimeters. So here, no base. Okay, we don't know the base, don't know the height, but they only give us diagonals. So I'll make a separate video on this, but this is just another way of calculating the area of a parallelogram. Okay, so parallelogram has two diagonals. You can say D1 like this. Sorry, it's not straight, but you get the idea. And then D2 like this. So this will be D1 and D2. So parallelogram has two diagonals. And then when you're calculating the area of a parallelogram using diagonals, it will be half times D1 times D2. That's just it. So that's how you calculate the area of a parallelogram when you're given only diagonals. Okay, so our area here will be half times what's our D1, 6 times 9. Okay, so 2 cancels. So we have left with 3 times 9, which is 27 centimeter squared. So the area of this parallelogram, where they only give us the diagonals, is simply 27 centimeter squared. And then we also have a situation where we can use trigonometry. Now, the two sides of a parallelogram are 6 and 10. The angle between them, now you can also visualize this. So if you're not interested in trig, you can, stop the video now. Okay, but you, you might do this at a higher level. Okay, so the two sides of a parallelogram are 6 and 10. So let's say this is 10, this is 6. Okay, if the angle between them is 30, so we can take this angle here. If the angle between them is 30, find the area. Okay, find the area. So how do we do this? So you can see we weren't given the height. We're just given the two sides. So in this kind of situation, we use the formula area will be equal to AB sine theta. Right, that is the formula for the area of parallelogram when you're only given the two sides, no height. Okay, so we don't know the height, but we know the two sides and the angle between them. All right, or like you say, the acute angle between them here. So what are the sides? We have 6 times 10 sine 30. Now sine 30 is actually 0.5. Okay, so that will be 6 times 10 times 0.5. That will be 60 times 0.5. So the area of this parallelogram is going to be 30 centimeters squared. So this is just for trigonometry. Okay, so generally, again, so we can have three kind of areas. So we have area of parallelogram. Okay, so we can use base. So we can use base times height. We also use half times d1 times d2. For that's when you have diagonals. When you use diagonals, and then for the last one, we can also have AB sine theta. So I can't really just put it theta like this, sine theta. Okay, so this is when you have base and height, when you have diagonals, and when you have angles and just the sides. And then for the perimeter, it's just going to be 2 bracket A plus B. No need for height. You just need to know the sides. So thank you and hope you got it. Thank you very much.